So I was just scrolling along on TikTok like I do most days that I'm not doing anything else, and I came across this TikTok talking about this KFC spinoff called Saucy, and basically they put it into the perspective that it's trying to be like a Raising Cane's competitor. Not that KFC isn't a competitor for Cane's already because they both sell chicken, but more of like the simplistic design like that Cane's has. And like it's a fun idea, but I feel like I get a weird vibe from these billion-dollar companies that are trying to like make these like spin-off restaurants. I don't know, it's just weird to have like a restaurant by KFC. Like it's a food, like it's KFC. It doesn't need to have like a little brother, right? Like if I wanted chicken, I can still get chicken from KFC. It's still KFC chicken. So it's just weird to me that they are trying to like corner the market of the more simplistic Raising Cane's feel, which I guess can make sense a little bit because it's like they're trying to capture the youth and vibe that Cane's has compared to, because if you ask me about KFC, honestly, I think about like my grandparents. Like my grandparents like KFC. But if you ask me about Cane's, it's like, yeah, that's where all the kids are going these days, right? So I guess I just kind of talked myself into saying why this is a good idea for KFC to be doing this. But I still have some words to say about it, mostly about what people are saying about Raising Cane's because of this new KFC spinoff that's opening up. I feel like a lot of people are then taking the opportunity to take some pot shots at Raising Cane's, if you will, which frankly, I'm not having any of because I am a Raising Cane's defender. If you skip the first couple of comments, someone just says it's like Zaxby's. I think I had that like once. I'm in Omaha and there aren't any Zaxby's here and I'm fine with it because like I probably wouldn't be getting it instead of Cane's anyway. The second comment just says I'm so high. So we'll ignore that one too. So there is a lot of support for Cane's. Like a lot of people are defending Cane's, right? But then you start to get some people who are more, maybe not haters of Raising Cane's, but they just don't get it, in my opinion. It's just my opinion. I'm not mad at these people per se. Like some people say like, I like Raising Cane's, but the one thing that gets me is the sauce option. I need at least ranch, which is fair. I like to eat my chicken with ranch on the occasion when I'm not eating at Raising Cane's. But the thing is, when I'm eating at Raising Cane's, the sauce is all I need, baby. And that's the thing about this KFC is there's going to be like 7 or so sauces. And first of all, Cane's does have other sauce. They have honey mustard and hot sauce. It's just that nobody orders it. But the reason nobody orders it is because Cane's sauce is so good. It's because you don't need a different sauce. Like if you want ranch, that's fine. But then go to like KFC or Chick-fil-A or McDonald's even for the chicken nuggets and their ranch, because those are all good options for chicken. But the thing is, don't get Raising Cane's if you're not going to Raising Cane's to get the sauce. And I feel like a lot of people think that that's a problem. Like they're like, oh, the only thing good about Raising Cane's is the sauce. I can't tell you how many times I've seen somebody say that, oh, the only good thing at Cane's is a sauce. The chicken is bland. To that I say, I don't care. I don't care if the chicken is bland, because here's how I think of it in my brain, right? You can say that the chicken's bland, but that doesn't matter because the sauce is good. It'd be like if you called a chicken wing, like a buffalo chicken wing, bland. Like you don't know if the buffalo chicken wing is bland because it's covered in buffalo sauce. Like the buffalo sauce is what's giving the chicken most of its flavor. You don't get buffalo wings or barbecue wings or teriyaki wings, whatever, for the chicken, maybe because like it's quality, it's juicy, but you don't get it for the chicken's flavor. That's why you get the sauce on it. That's why you're going to Raising Cane's. You're not going to Raising Cane's to get the most flavorful chicken in the game without the sauce, because who eats chicken without sauce is the thing. Like nobody eats chicken without sauce. If you do that, I just don't trust you at all, and you shouldn't even be watching this video because I'm not getting through to you. But you eat chicken with sauce for a reason. Like sure, you can season it, but the sauce is basically the seasoning at this point. For Cane's specifically, sure, you can say that they're a little small. The tenders have gotten a little smaller, I feel like, over the years, which I'm not going to mention because I'm defending Raising Cane's, but come on, what are you guys doing really? If you're going to complain about the chicken being bland, that's what I say to you. I say use the sauce then. And you can't get mad if you're like, if the sauce is only there to cover up the bland chicken. You can't say that because the sauce, just think of it as a buffalo wing. The chicken is good otherwise. Like, the chicken's juicy. It's usually crispy. Sometimes it's not, depending on the location. But like, everywhere you go has chicken that's not the greatest sometimes. But like, at its peak, Raising Cane's chicken is good chicken. It might not have the 7 herbs and spices or whatever that KFC has, but it doesn't need it because you're going to be eating the chicken with sauce anyway. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, someone said Cane's has honey mustard too, my guy. And he said, sure, but KFC still has them beat with 11 overall. But that's not, I don't think you can make Cane's better by having more sauces. Like, sure, you might be getting a specific part of the audience, but the point about Cane's and what has made it so lovable to me, in my opinion at least, is how simplistic it is. Like, their flagship meal, chicken tenders, fries, sauce, and toast. And the toast, oh Lord, I haven't even touched on yet, but the toast, we'll get to there. The thing is with Cane's is it's simple. It doesn't need to be changed. It has grown exponentially in the past few years. I remember in high school, I had just heard like murmurings of Cane's, right? People talked about it. It's like, oh yeah, I'm thinking about getting Cane's after show choir. Yeah, I was in show choir. What of it? It's not Glee. I swear. It's different. But people will be like, oh, I'm getting Cane's after this. And I'd be like, what's Cane's? Like, it sounds so interesting. But then they just started popping up everywhere. And so that's when I tried Cane's and I was like, oh my goodness, this sauce and toast is amazing. Honestly, forget the chicken. I don't even need the chicken. The chicken's good. The chicken's fine. But I'm not going to Cane's for the chicken specifically, which you could say is bad because it's a chicken restaurant. But the chicken is still good. But the sauce and the toast is heavenly. And so that's why Cane's has exploded exponentially. They got to this point without needing 17 different sauces, right? Like, they've exploded to the point where they are for being good on its own, for being simplistic. And that's what I like about Cane's so much, right? You go to Cane's, and I'm sure there's going to be someone who's like, oh, well, I've been to Cane's and it took forever to get my food. Which, sure, maybe that's the experience you had. In my opinion, I've almost never had a time at Cane's where I think I've waited too long for my food, right? Not only is it easier to order and is it faster to order, like other restaurants, KFC, Chick-fil-A, you get behind the one guy who's like, he's like looking at the menu and he's just taking forever to order. And you're just like, oh my gosh, can I just order I know what I want. Everything at Cane's is what you want because that's all they have there. So you can't think of it like a negative, like, oh my God, they only have chicken tenders. No, they only have chicken tenders. That's all someone needs when they go to Cane's. And so it takes 5 seconds to order. The only difference is how many do you want? Do you want 3, 4, or 6? You know, that's it. You just have to gauge how hungry you are. And then you get the amount of chicken tenders you want depending on that. So you're not having people taking 5 minutes in front of you ordering because they don't know what they want. You know, it's the worst these days. Someone's on their phone. They could be looking at the menu. They're just on their phone. They get to the front and they're like, oh. That doesn't happen with Cane's because everyone who's going to Cane's knows exactly what they want. You know what also helps with only having chicken tenders? It's fast. They're always making chicken tenders. So there's always going to be hot chicken tenders ready because that's the only thing they're serving. How many times have you gone to a restaurant and they're like, oh yeah, it's gonna be a 10-minute wait on those chicken tenders, and then you're like, oh, I guess that's fine, or you can order something else and hope it's faster. But so many times at McDonald's, they'll be like, could you pull forward? And then the guy behind me will get his food first. And I'm like, that's not fair. I was here first. Why is he getting his food? At Cane's, that doesn't happen because they're always making you new chicken tenders. So that's all you need. You order the chicken tenders, they're already making the chicken tenders because that's all anyone's getting. And it's great because you get your food so quickly. And that's why it's so great. Even another place like Chick-fil-A, there's still more chicken options, which, by the way, I went to Chick-fil-A the other day and it was good. Like, I'm not going to say Chick-fil-A is bad. They just hate gay people, which, I mean, like, isn't my thing. I love gay people, honestly. The thing about Chick-fil-A is I went to Chick-fil-A the other day and I pulled up and I swear they were asking me, because they have the people standing outside. This is their system to try to like beat Cane's. And I've seen Cane's kind of do this sometimes before. They'll have people outside, but like, I don't think they need it because it's so quick anyways. But Chick-fil-A has these people outside, and they're asking you like what it is that you want. But the thing is, they asked me what I wanted before I even got to the menu. I don't come to Chick-fil-A that often. Where's the menu at? It's like all the way up there, and I'm back here with the dude asking me what I want. And so I'm like, well, if this was Cane's, I would know what I wanted because there's only a few things on the menu. Chick-fil-A, even though it's just chicken, there's still plentiful options of chicken. So I just thought, I was like, okay, well, what did I get the last time I went to Chick-fil-A 5 years ago? So I just got a deluxe spicy chicken sandwich and waffle fries, which was good. Like, I'll give it to them. It's still good food, but like, it's not the same experience you get at Cane's, and they hate gay people. And one last thing that I have to talk about, because you can't talk about Cane's without talking about this. That's like talking about peanut butter without jelly. That's like talking about two peas that aren't in a pod. Is Raising Cane's and their Texas toast. And I don't care who did Texas toast first. I'll put it up on the screen here. I'll put up a little Wikipedia of who made Texas toast first. I don't care who did it first. All that matters is that Raising Cane's does it the best. I can't tell you how many times I've just been having the worst day of my entire life, and Raising Cane's toast has just come down almost like it's being sent from the heavens on like a cloud and a halo, just like, oh. The toast is pretty good on its own. It's really good on its own, actually. You dip it in that sauce, dude. That is, I swear, not even an exaggeration, one of the best foods. I don't have a favorite food, but if you were to ask me what my favorite food would be, off the top of my head would be Raising Cane's Texas toast and Raising Cane's sauce, because it's just so amazing. It's just the perfect amount of like buttery toastiness dipped in the dude, I want some right now. It just talking about it makes me want it so bad. And honestly, if you don't like the toast and the sauce, I don't think there's any saving you at that point. I think that's all I have to talk about today. Yeah, I think there's only going to be one of those KFC saucy locations opening up at first, and it's going to be in Florida, I think. So if you're in Florida, hey, let me know. Try it out. See how it is. Maybe it'll blow your freaking mind, dude. Maybe it'll blow my mind. Maybe I'll go to Florida. Maybe it'll open up here. I'll go and it'll be crazy. But honestly, I don't really foresee these getting huge unless it's like 10 years from now. Honestly, kind of reminds me of like the Cosmix thing that McDonald's is doing. And honestly, you may not have even heard of Cosmix because I certainly haven't seen any in person, but it's like McDonald's like trying to do like a cafe sort of thing, like just coffee and dessert sort of, which sounds like an interesting idea, but where are they? I don't see them here. So obviously maybe they're just not coming here because Omaha's not like the biggest city, but like you'd think I'd hear about how business was booming or something. Maybe they're doing great and I just have no idea, but I just don't really foresee this saucy thing going anywhere crazy. But hey, I'm happy to be wrong. I'll be happy if I walk into one of these and it just like completely changes my mind about Raising Cane's. But for the reasons that I've stated today, I don't think anybody is topping Raising Cane's soon. So yeah, feel free to argue with me in the comments. Be nice, please be nice. Everything that I said here was in a loving, caring, joking way, except for the fact that Chick-fil-A doesn't like gay people. Yeah, leave your comments. Let me know what you think of Raising Cane's. Let me know what you think of KFC opening up this new restaurant. Like, comment, subscribe.